Good Friday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 10 minutes and give you a detailed forecast over what we think is going to happen over the next 7 days. Clear skies out there today. Started off the day off on a very foggy note as we expected, and a front came through, and that allowed us to see a lot of dry air, and we broke a record as far as the warmest day of this year, or of today, I should say, broke the record as we saw highs in the low to mid 80s. Mid-County Plumbing responsible for this webcam, part of the roofing at 911 Skycam network. So a clear, chilly night is expected across Southeast Texas. You'll need jackets in the morning as lows will be near 50 in the lakes and into the mid to upper 50s in the Triangle. As you can see, sunny, warm weather coming up tomorrow afternoon. Fog returns coming up Sunday morning. However, by the afternoon, we should see highs near 80 as the sun returns. So the weekend looking pretty good across Southeast Texas. And, well, we don't have any rain in our forecast over the next 7 days. Unfortunately, I wish I had better news, but it just looks like everything's going to be displaced off towards the north. So it'll be a warm, humid, dry week across Southeast Texas. As I said, a cold morning. Could get some up, maybe not the mid 40s, but the upper 40s to lower 50s in the lakes area. Again, this is straight model data. And as you can see, low to mid 50s here in the Triangle expected on your Saturday morning. A little bit warmer on Sunday morning, but we'll also have fog to deal with. Unfortunately, we continue with high tree pollen across Southeast Texas due to oak and I believe cedar right now, continuing to keep that level high on tree pollen. No weed or grass pollen, but mold is at low levels across Southeast Texas. The drought persists and is only growing since January 1st. We're now down 2.5 and over 4.5 since the beginning of December, with much of the area in a level 3 severe and even an extreme drought, level 4 over towards western Hardin County. As a consequence, we continue to see counties added to the burn ban list. Jefferson yesterday, Tyler a couple days ago, and now Newton County joining the list. And again, we expect more of these counties to issue burn bans over the subsequent days as the drought will likely intensify over the next 7. Tomorrow looks like mainly low wildfire threat across Southeast Texas. Just be careful, especially no burning in Jefferson, also in Newton and also Tyler counties. We saw smoke from a wildfire up into Angelina County, causing smoke over towards Tyler County, and also into central Newton County there was a fire, and also I believe over towards southeastern sections of Hardin County there was a fire that we saw smoke from on visible satellite this afternoon. So the European model, which has a bad track record here of late as being putting down too much rainfall. It's showing almost an inch of rainfall. That would be great news. However, ensemble modeling doesn't show this. In fact, it shows it much towards the north, bypassing the area, kind of like the GFS. The GFS showing very little over the next 7 days. We like that because the flow is going to be out of the southwest. The storm track is going to be displaced off towards west and north Texas, well to our north. So again, we're not going to go with one single model run. We're going to look at 50 runs and show you this, that it looks mainly dry over the next 7 days. Surely one model wouldn't be right, and 50 of this same model run 50 times would be. So that's why we're going to go with no rain through the next 7 days across Southeast Texas. Well, dadgummit, that is supposed to be 0. Otherwise, as far as temperatures, we expect above normal temperatures expected over the next 7 days. Normally, we should see 70 degrees like tomorrow all the way through Monday. Then our normal high goes to 71 Tuesday through Friday of next week. And you can see every day is a good 10 degrees above normal across Southeast Texas. And again, we don't see any end to that. On the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite radar loop, clear skies. Temperatures are into the low to mid 70s at this hour, and that's roughly, here, at least here in the Triangle, 3 to 6 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. Look at the humidity, pretty low out there right now, and most of it's been displaced out into the Gulf. We've got even drier air filtering on in from the north and east. Across the state, there's the high. It's forcing drier air from the north and east. Temperatures across the state are in the 70s and 80s, certainly hotter towards southwest Texas. and back over to Laredo and Del Rio at this hour. Clear skies abound across southeast Texas and really much of the state. We'll see clear skies tonight and either clear or mostly sunny skies coming up tomorrow. Should be a good afternoon to get out, probably not as warm as what we saw this afternoon. And water vapor shows our latest trough of low pressure that brought the cold front continue to exit off towards the east at this time. So we're getting a dry northwesterly flow. So it looks like pretty quiet weather, at least through the weekend. And this system that we're watching over into the eastern Pacific, this is what that model was showing, why we would get that high amount of rainfall over southeast Texas Wednesday and Thursday. But ensemble modeling says this is going to stay well off to the north and through Nebraska and Kansas, bypassing our area. I mean, look at the ridge of high pressure that's going to be building over our area over Mexico. This is all going to be moving off towards the east and taking with that upper level disturbance with it off to the east. So right now we think it looks pretty dry through the next 7 days across our area. Otherwise, as we can see on Futurecast, it looks like a quiet night across southeast Texas, a chilly night across the area in wake of our latest cold front. Could be down to, again, near 50 degrees, maybe the upper 40s up in the lakes area. This is fog, but this is fog out in the Gulf back over to Houston, but it stays away from our area tonight. That's not going to be the case coming up tomorrow night. We'll get it back tomorrow night and into Sunday morning, but we expect those lows to drop into the around of 50 degrees in the lakes and into the low to mid 50s in the triangle. Then Saturday night into Sunday morning, here comes that fog across our area, and we will see that in the form of low visibilities and probably a weather impact alert as we work on in to, say, Sunday morning. On the Gulf, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet in your coastal marine forecast with a southeast wind at 5 to 10 knots. Our forecast tonight, clear and chilly, especially in the lakes area. Should see upper 40s to lower 50s in the lakes area, and then in the triangle, low to mid 50s with a light east-northeasterly wind becoming calm. Then for tomorrow, beautiful weather after a chilly start, maybe around the lower 80s, a few upper 70s, but low humidity. Southeast winds start returning late tomorrow afternoon. And taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast, looking at very little chance of rain, if any at all, based on what we were analyzing this afternoon. We'll go with mainly dry weather conditions. Now the winds will be picking up a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday as that disturbance, as you can see, goes north of our area. We think it's going to stay north and keep us dry. But again, back to the weekend, looking good. Again, a foggy morning coming up Sunday morning, but the afternoon should be around 80. Good looking weekend to be outdoors. And as we head towards Monday and Tuesday, we'll start to turn the corner towards a much more humid forecast. And in fact, we expect those low temperatures to really crank up into the upper 60s Thursday and morning, and that means lots of moisture moving back into the area. If you're just joining us, thanks so much for joining us on 12 News Plus. Looks like a beautiful night, a chilly night, and let me go back to that. It looks like lots of sun tomorrow afternoon, and warm temperatures, foggy weather expected Sunday morning, and mainly dry weather conditions as we work on in to our area through next week. Chilly morning across southeast Texas is expected, and as we head on in to the next few days, the drought will likely worsen across southeast Texas. The number of burn bans in effect across southeast Texas, but the good news is tomorrow looks like a low relative wildfire threat. The big story is, will the European win? I don't think so. We're going to go with the GFS and mainly dry weather conditions through the next 7 days. Again, the Europeans showing over an inch of rainfall